Well, here I am again with another review of Thunderbolt Fantasy. An interesting one because mainly it focused on the villains, which isn't something I've seen done in quite some time. On any show, really. So kick back for about 12 minutes or so while I break down the episode and give you my thoughts. Also, if you like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. At 7 Cents Tower, our group of villains are just chillin', waiting for Wan to get back so they can continue their plan of tracking down Shang. Wan eventually does show up with Lu Zhenji. And when he sees Lin, Psycho Monk just flips the fuck out. Because, according to him, Lin is the reason 7 blasphemous deaths was lost. And if you remember, he has a little bit more of an obsession about that sword. So, this was a really good fight. A rage-filled Lu Zhenji versus calm and collected Lin Wei-ya. Lin is just casually dodging anything that Psycho Monk is trying to do. Lin tries to trick Lu into believing that Shang has 7 blasphemous deaths, but Psycho Monk is really too angry at Lin and just thinks it's another trick, which it is. So Wan has to step in and intervene, saying that Lin is on their side now. And this sort of convinces him enough that he calms down. Although, Yi doesn't think this is really a good choice after seeing how unhinged he can get. So now, we have a big old villain reunion. Everybody against Shang. Ooh, this is going to be really intense once Shang comes back from the demon realm. It's like, oh, all my old enemies are here. Oh crap. That's probably not how Shang would react to that. So, after learning that Lang is in the demon realm, Azabelfer 180s and decides to help Xinghai. I kind of spoiled myself a little bit on who Azabelfer is. I won't say anything else just in case it gets revealed later on this season, but oh boy, it's kind of interesting. And Xing teleports him this magic rock that he could use his magic on to flow back to Xinghai so that she could finish her portal plan, which might be completed next episode. I mean, the trailer didn't make it seem that way. Anyway, Xinghai tells 7 blasphemous deaths that Psycho Monk is around. And oh my god, her reaction. Just a straight up naughty as the camera just does some dramatic zoom in. I mean, she's a sword. She doesn't have a face, but if she did, I bet it would be this completely shocked expression. She gives a whole, why are you deciding to work with him? He's way too much trouble. Don't tell him I'm here. So, Necrobitch wonders, why not? You worked with him before, you even gave him some of your energy. Because when I found you, you were really weak. And 7 blasphemous deaths kind of gets pissed, saying she would never share her demon energy with any other being. And she just gives a warning about Psycho Monk, how unhinged he is, and stuff like that. So, some guards from the Phoenix Light Palace are complaining that they have to work with Lu Zhenji because he's allied himself with the Order of the Divine Swarm, which is really interesting. Because a few minutes earlier, Yi was just there. And Wan is wearing his Order of the Divine Swarm outfit. So, do these people think Yi is part of the Order, but Wan isn't? Because they're in Seven Sins Tower, of all places. I mean, what's up with these guards? So, even though most of the guards are against working with Lu Zhenji, one of them speaks up and basically says that the end will justify the means, and they should take any opportunity they can to take down Shang. So, after all the guards leave to get ready, the one who inspired them turned out to be Lin. So, Lin does his Lin thing and plants seeds of doubt in Wan's mind about the Phoenix Light Palace. And he tells Wan that Xing Hai is actually hiding 7 blasphemous deaths, and he only said that Shang had it in an attempt to calm Lu Zhenji. So, Wan does know that 7 blasphemous deaths contains the soul of Zhao Junlin, and he is rather upset when Lin reveals that she's planning on strengthening the Void Dimension enough so that she can travel back in time and resurrect her sister. So, Wan's all upset and says that he'll have to contact his master to see what to do about this. And all the while, Huan was listening in on the entire conversation. Lin does bring up that he'll need his help on a few things, which makes me wonder, are we going to see the return of the face-changing magic? You know, that magic bag he put over Shang's head back in season 1 that made Shang turn into a copy of him to confuse Bones of Creation? That would be an awesome callback. I'm still wondering what Lin's end goal in all this is. Sure, he might want to take down the Order of the Divine Swarm, but how is he actually going to do that? Drop a theory in the comments section. Anyway, Wan is contacting Master Locust, who only seems to care about the Sorcerer's Sword Index. He doesn't even seem to care about the resurrection of Zhao Junlin. He tells Wan to use her as a pawn to draw out Shang. Master Locust's uncaring attitude about the safety of Yi Yu really upsets Wan. Because once the Sorcerer's Sword Index is in his possession, Wan would like to use it to slay Zhao Junlin. But Master Locust is completely against it, saying the second you have it, bring it directly to me. So, maybe Wan will switch sides? Because he was a friend of Shang in the past? So maybe his newfound insight on the true intentions of his master will possibly make him defect from the Order of the Divine Swarm? So over with the other group, Shang is complaining that they're still stuck in the demon realm and that the leaf portal didn't activate yet. And then Nindroid Lin decides to speak up. And I did like the usage of swapping out the Nindroid faceplates to give Lin a broader range of emotions. And Shang says, "After all I've been through, nothing that you say can surprise me anymore." Well, Shang, Lu Zhenji is working with the ZU military, and they've joined forces with Xing Hai. And Shang responds with the biggest nani. Oh my god, that scene was hilarious. And Ling Ya responds with something like, "How are they working with that psycho monk?" Dude, you stole my nickname for him! And I've been using that all season! Lin suggests they try to hurry back as soon as possible because the villain's plans are escalating, and without them, it might be major trouble. And then the leaf portal starts resonating, and they all go back to Seven Sins Tower. End of episode. So yeah, I thought this was a really, really interesting episode. One that focused on the villains. I mean, Zhao Junlin's resurrection is inevitable. But how will the heroes try to stop it? Will they go back in time too? And will Lang make some detour to try to save Ten Ming? Only for some other consequence to happen? And it looks like we may have some time travel shenanigans in the next episode due to the title being The Cross-Time Guardian. Well, at least in the Crunchyroll subs, that's what it's called. But anyway, I've talked long enough about this episode. Come back next week when I'll talk about another. See you then.